Yeah.
Yes, Preeti. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. So the flow would be we'll go one by one. You can share your journey, your profession, say in 15 minutes or something. And then if there is any specific question from anybody, then from that particular speaker, people can ask questions. Or else we finish off with all the speakers, and by the end of it, people can ask questions. And if there is some burning question, you can all of you can put it up in chat. Yeah. So I suppose Sunil, you have to go for OPD, so maybe you can start.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning. So 15 minutes is too long time. Okay.
You can take
So
your time, whatever you feel like.
I'm Sunil Barod. Uh, I'm an orthopedician by profession. My interest is joint replacement and complex trauma surgeries. So my journey starts when I was in school, and constantly I was told by my family that you have to be a doctor, you have to be a doctor. So it was feeded in my mind that I have to be a doctor. So I started my schooling after 10. I got serious about it. I was very good in maths, but as it was so fitted in me that I have to be doctor, so I chosen science, biology, and then my 11th, 12th, and after 12th, I took two drops to get selected in exam of PMT. I got selected. I chosen MBBS from Bhopal, Gandhi Medical College. I have done my MBBS from there. From that, in during my MBBS, I got good seniors who guided me. I have seen them how hard they work to get selected in PG. So by blessing of God, my family and my seniors, I cleared my pre-PG in single attempt and got selected for orthopedic, MS orthopedic. I have done my MS orthopedic from SSMC Riva. After that, I did fellowship in joint replacement surgery. And after that, I started my practice. With my practice, I have worked with Dr. Manish Ladania. He is a consultant at Bombay Hospital, Indore. So he trained me in complex trauma. So my studies will be for 3 years. I was with him and completed my association with him. And along with that, we have started constructing our own hospital, a 50-bedded multi-specialty hospital in Indore. And since last 7 years, I'm working there as chief orthopedic surgeon, doing all kinds of surgery. And yeah, this is my journey. Priti, I'm done.
Yeah. So as you yourself mentioned that it was a family pressure which made you an orthopedic surgeon today. So how difficult was it for you to take this up in your
Not
teenage or something?
means it's not family pressure. Means in those days, it was the family who decides, who tell you, "Ki bhai, you become engineer, you become doctor." Probably there were only two professions at that time where everyone wants कि यार या तो engineer बन जाए या doctor बन जाए. So that was the thing, and so there was no choice. No choice means no clarity. If today I have been given clarity, I would have chosen engineering as my stream because that was my interest. But okay, this is also good, not bad. But yeah, retrospectively, if I think, I would have chosen engineering. In fact, if I was given choice, I would have not chosen orthopedic. I have chosen radiology. So it's all
So
retrospective.
you
You think, yeah, yeah.
may go on, go on.
No, no, I have done. I have done.
Okay, so you said that right now your interest is in surgeries or something like that only, like in doctor's field only. So how did your interest change from engineering to this?
No, not engineering to this. In 10, when I was in 10, since I remember from fifth onwards, I was told every day or day another every day that you have to be a doctor. So my brain was already programmed to be a doctor. But retrospective, I think I would have been a better engineer. All this is retrospective, not today.
I have a question for you, Sunil.
Yeah.
So, what does an orthoptician do?
What is an?
Orthoptician do?
I don't get you.
She's saying, what does an
Orthopedician.
orthopedic do? Orthopedic doctor.
Orthopedic is related to bone and joints.
Oh,
Means bone and joint health. So orthopedician deals with your spine, your joints, your bones, and your ligaments, all those things. Sports injuries orthopedic, spine injuries orthopedic, fracture is orthopedic, joint replacement is orthopedic, pediatric orthopedic. So there are various
Chalo,
streams
I
of
found my
orthopedic.
doctor, sports doctor.
looks like you found it.
So since you like engineering or I mean, you would have preferred to go to engineering by yourself. So do you do anything around that at your leisure, maybe at home?
No, now my interest is more into motorsports and gymming and all those things. So I give time to that. And yeah, I love driving and especially motorsports. So I do those things. Nothing related to engineering.
Maybe that makes you think that you would have been a better IIT or something.
Yeah.
IT guy or something. I don't know.
No, he's doing inner
Okay.
engineering.
What you do in motorsports, Sunil?
Yeah, I do off-roading, I do rallies, car rallies, and
Like as a
off-roading.
racer? As a racer?
Yeah, as a racer. There are few motorsports events which goes around in India. Very little people know about those things. It's TSD rally, time, speed, distance rallies, which are done in hard terrains with a 4x4 vehicle.
I feel it's very ironical that orthopedic is in rallies in off-roading. The first thing any orthopedic would is stay away from, danger sports, rallies, off-roading, please.
Yeah, but off-roading means we do in group and we take safety a first priority. Means first we assess the track, and there are pro off-roaders who are going through those tracks for 10 number of times, so they know how and what to deal. So it's done with utmost priority to safety.
No, on a lighter note, anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, we have injuries also, but mostly the injuries are to the vehicle, not to the person.
So if you were to guide an unschooler or an open learner to become an orthopedic surgeon, then what would be your uh, guidance?
First thing is one's interest. If you have interest for this profession, then only you should come in this profession, because To be a doctor, not only orthopedic, any doctor, it's very challenging. Means you have to be there for 24/7, and your personal life or your family life will be compromised always. So you have to be prepared for that thing. And if you have interest, it's a very good field. Means the satisfaction you get in this field is uncomparable. You earning is might not be that good, or it might be that good if you excel in that field, but satisfaction is the thing which is probably highest in this profession.
How do you balance your professional and a personal life, Sunil? As you said, when someone comes in a medical profession, has to be ready to dedicate more and more time to the profession. But you are also into racing and other interest of yours. So how do you like balance that and both the
No,
things?
we means for off-roading or all those events are will happen on Sunday only. So Sunday I don't take OPDs, only emergencies I entertain. And in this time I have prepared a team of mine where if I am not available, emergencies are dealt with, and I have few associates with me. So if I am not available, they take care of my work. And yeah, because see, today only when Preeti called me, so I said ki 12 to 2 is not possible. So when we and Preeti talked, I have no surgery for today. But now I have three surgeries and fourth one is coming. So this is the uncertainty. Means my OT is working from 10:30. My associate is working in OT. So half of my mind is there also. Ki what is going on in the OT? And again, means we and Bani plan something. Ki we will do this thing, and in the morning that I'm free this time and we'll do this thing. And when that time come, I am busy with something. I forgot that thing. Ki we have planned something. So then देयर इज एन इशू कि तुमने ये टाइम दिया था और तुम्हारे पास तो टाइम ही नहीं होता और तुम तो फलाने हो तुम तो दिस थिंग गोज ऑन बट luckily Bani is also a doctor, but again this happens. Means at times what we plan we can't do that. So this is the thing which you have to be prepared. And if you have interest, this is the best profession. If you have interest in this profession, yeah, you have to work very very hard. And you have to be, means to say, I am lucky that we have grown in those era where ragging was there in colleges. And I think ragging is very important part, not beating kind of ragging, but those things which develop your personality. It is important because the tough part of lateral life, you are prepared by those kind of incidences or ragging to cope up with those things. So yeah,
Sunil,
yeah.
so it's
Hello.
yeah. So it's
Huh.
like both the husband and wife are doctor and the son will also be a doctor. It's like that, right?
No, 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 no. This is not like that. Yeah, but because we have to study for a long time, so mostly we married married a doctor because 5.5 years of MBBS, then now 1 or 2 years of rural posting, then 3 years of PG, and after PG you have to do super specialty or fellowship. So our study period is of around 10 to 12 years post your
Oh.
schooling. So
Hmm.
in between, I got married in my PG, second year of my PG. So it's means a doctor can understand that why you are marrying when you are studying or all those things. So doctor marries a doctor that, and we don't want Manu to be a doctor or Viraj to be a doctor. It's upon them what they want to do. And mostly nowadays, doctors, mother parent who are doctors, they don't force their children to be a doctor. them do what they want to do. If they want to be a doctor, we are open to it. If they don't want to be a doctor, we are open to it.
Okay.
Okay. I think, Sunil, if at all in between you wish to go for your hospital, you can,
I will get a call.
because so whenever you feel like, you can drop the call and drop this call and go. Now, Kalyan, is it your network is good? You're traveling, so
Yeah,
if your
so I
network
hope
is
it,
good, then
yeah, if you can see me
yeah,
clearly and you can hear, then okay. In case there is any disturbance, please inform me. I'll stop my video. At least
sure,
okay.
sure. So you can go for.
Okay. Good morning, all. So I'm Chakravarti G. Kalyan. I'm born and brought up in Hyderabad, which is a hotbed for engineering and medical students. I think there are more coaching centers. I think second only to Kota, related to MBBS and engineering. And we have this something called as MSET, which is supposed to be one of the toughest. And those who are unable to get through, they try to find other CETs, either KSET, that is Karnataka KSET. So I was born and brought up in those generations, what like mentioned earlier, where the parents would only think of engineering or doctor. So I was a very, I would say, not the front bencher, not a backbencher,
Kalyan, your voice is breaking.
but I was a medium in my life. I let me
You
switch off my video. Okay, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So just passing underpass, that could be the reason. Okay, so uh, my interest, my dad was a state ranker in his days, so he always wanted me to be an engineer, but my marks would never help me that. But I did try attending this competitive exam. So I had some knack towards mathematics. That's only one area where I was proud of my marks to show up, and also little bit of this computer science in those days. So I did my inter, and then I did my BSc electronics because of my interest in physics and mathematics. I tried for like engineering, that could not happen. So then that's when I got to know about this MBA, post graduation management studies, and I applied and I got a seat in Mysore for SDMIMD, and I did my 2 years. Uh, so even those 2 years have we it happens, all MBA students, they question that what exactly they're doing. Any college, they don't know what their future is and why are they studying. So I was interested in marketing, and that was my specialization. And I got placed in a company. In those days, it was a small company, uh, which is now known as cycle brand company, and Rangara and Sons. If you have seen cricket, you would definitely see in all the runouts, cycle 3-in-1 advertisements. So in those days, it was a small company. Now it's more than 1,500 crore company. So I was not interested because I was an MBA. So I thought I'll get in a big company, some corner office. So somehow I was pulled into attending the interview by my marketing head in my college. But when I attended the interview, I was totally happy. The way I was not aware that it was an Agarbatti company, but was a highly professional setup that they had. So I joined, and it was in 1999. And then the advantage I had was I was working directly with the owners, the second generation owners, and I got lots of freedom, and I was able to actually understand what I learned, because though I learned a lot in MBA, around 32 credits or 32 subjects in 2 years, but you don't really understand until practically you experience. So my current role in last 24 years has evolved so much within the organization from a company that had only 130 field employees and the corporate some 20. Now corporate we have more than 200 and more than 2,000 field employees. So in a way, been part of this journey, and my role also based on my interest has changed. So my current role, let's say we have this 2,000 field employees. You have to our sales are taking in revenue. They are the salespeople, salesperson. So when they're in the market, working in the market, it's a typical FMCG company, what we call. FMCG means fast moving consumer durables. Like those products reach from a retail outlet, people buy very fast. If you have to buy a car, then you may have to buy maybe once in 20 years or 10 years. But when it comes to toothpaste or agarbatti or soap, you buy almost every month, every fortnight. So that's why it's called fast moving. So that is the business that we are in. So we are highly retail heavy because every month it has to be replaced. Field people have to visit 50 outlets every day, whether it's rain, summer, and they have to get the orders, give it to the distributor. Distributor then buys from the company and then supplies. So this is the setup. It's a typical chain. So when these people are in the market, then they need to be supported with training, with motivation like incentives, then with the tech support like providing them software, then also providing data analytics. So all of this is what I'm heading and I'm taking care. I have lots of team members with me. Now, coming to one of the questions that you would ask is, as a homeschooler, how would you want to get into this, and if you are interested? The one is, I love my job, what I'm doing, because I've been there. But if you given a choice, then I would want to slow down because post COVID, I can't stand this 6 day week which we have, morning 9 to 6, even on Saturdays. I feel it's a crime to work on Saturdays. But what to do? And then with the homeschooling kid, uh, want to spend more time, so managing somehow. Thanks to Ruchi, constant reminder, and also her maximum support. So I interact lots of young people. I interview many interns come in. One of the passions has always been software. Given a choice, I think I would have gone in that field, but just could not happen. One, we could not afford in those days, around 24, 25 years back. And then second, somehow that area I did not focus on because I was more into management. Now, when I interview, what I find is that many MBAs, no matter whichever prestigious, they just don't know how to open their mouth. They just can't talk. And if I see the way when I interact with Aarohi kids, homeschoolers, I mean, they can beat any MBA graduate hands down when it comes to communication. And when I interview, I look at their resume. It does not make any sense. I don't even look at their graduation. I don't even like to look at their engineering marks. Does not make sense. If that guy just can't talk, can't even explain. I've seen many people say, "Sir, I mean MBA. Just last year I completed. I forgot." They would say, if you ask simple question, what is marketing? So it's not that you need to remember and talk, but at least you need to carry yourself. That's the major, which I think is a greatest asset any person can have. And learning on the job is easy because see, I learned so many things, but actually, I would say I read many things during MBA. I actually learned when I was working. So it only exposes education only. Those MBA only gives an exposure, but actual understanding when you start working. And coming to homeschooling part, right now the way the world has changed, uh, the specialty in specific areas makes sense. Like for example, during COVID, I had a huge issue with data, and I could not solve. So I learned on my own R and little bit of Python, and I'm using it. No one told me to do, but I really enjoy doing that, and I solve many of my own issues with that. And when it comes to interns, now the thing has changed such a way that we look at specializations. Like if a person even if he's not graduate, but he's good in a specific software or data analytics, or let's say he knows his area, he knows how to communicate, he knows to train. He then he's at par actually, and typically many companies, sales and marketing, you have MBAs from big companies because in those days that was the reason, and times are also changing, and there are many small companies coming up who can't afford an MBA student. You know, and typically any MBA guy would like to look for a big company. They don't even give little bit of consideration for small companies. But I think that's really wrong because there's so many small companies where you can work with a proprietor and then grow along, like what I see, and that's a huge advantage for you, irrespective of your background, because you grow along with it, you learn, and then you, because last 24 years I've learned many things which are never taught in MBA. I've taken up role. I was never. My passion is training. That's how I thought I'll do psychology, and then I ended up doing MSc psychology, though I not completed, and I found Ruchika during those days. I mean, as a sabbatical when I did in 2004. So I thought one psychologist at home is good enough. So I stopped at that. My interest in that's it. So quite a lot of things, from product launch to data analytics to many things you learn on your own, you grow, and then based on what you're growing, your role also changes and you get more responsibility. And for young kids now, I suggest that whichever field that you're in, be expert in it, or multiple other areas, be well versed in it as soon as possible, because one thing you have more than a guy who completes his MBA after 24 23 years of his age is time. And then after 23 years, once he completes, then he starts learning how to talk, because I know my first interview, it went so bad. I mean, I feel embarrassed. Nightmare when I think of it. I just could not open my mouth. So we all sail in that. That's one. So that's about me. If any specific questions, I would like to take.
How many outlets do you have?
Okay, so any FMCG company, they need to either directly reach outlets, or they have intermediaries like distributors who reach. This company where I'm working, we reach directly around 8 lakh outlets. Indirectly another 8 lakh, 8 to 7, nearly 15 lakh outlets.
So as I understand, you have been with one company since your start of
24
work.
years.
So 24 years. So that's a great means a big thing. In our times, I don't think anybody would do like be that much dedicated. So how is it to be with one company for that long, that many years, and how has it paid off to you?
Yeah, so when I first joined this company, I think I was one of the lowest uh, CTC guy, I mean, cost to the company, pay. And I was the only guy one of the two guys who left behind in Mysore because of MBA. My MBA college was in Mysore. I was placed in Mysore itself. Most of my other friends were all in Bangalore. In those days, this portal was a buzzword, creating a portal, web portals and all. And I did not know a bit about it. So when I joined this company, like I said, the advantage I had was I was working with the with the second generation, the owners, and I was constantly in touch, and I was learning a lot, and they were well educated. So it is not that I did not think of jumping companies. 2 years later, I did attend many interviews in Bangalore. Even 5 years later, I attended. But somehow it never satisfied me, and the kind of exposure I was getting, that made me stay. It's not that I was comfortable. I was also pushed. Many areas I was challenged. I mean, I had a one reputation, and then they made me change the reputation. I looked myself as a brand and tried to learn. So what paid off was I grew along with the company. Now I am one of the top 3 or 4 people I report directly even now, and I'm respected because number of years, and I'm always part of the core group. And monetarily also, it has helped me. I'm one of the top people, paid in the company. It's a family owned, so typically the pays are very low. So if I want for the kind of Mysore, the kind of place that I'm in, the kind of payment I'm getting, I'm more than satisfied. So pay wise, definitely. See, the thing is, many people who complete MBA, they just want a big jump. They expect that if I complete MBA, I'll get a 10 lakh package, 5 lakh package, something. What they do not see is that if they, it plateaus. So to jump again, they'll jump companies after 3 years. So I see resumes, people jumping companies every 3 years, and typically we don't give weightage to them. That means they are not. You cannot bet on them for long term. That means you expect them to be in the journey, and that means after 3 years they'll jump. So when you are with a company, your growth will be kind of slow in the beginning, but compounding. Over a period it exponentially increases. So that is more important year on year how it's growing rather than initial pay. So how it has helped me, part of the family, being in Mysore, understanding Mysore, built my life in Mysore, built a name in the company. So I hope that I answered what you asked.
How much income do you have in 1 year?
I think I'm not supposed to answer that. But like I said, I'm one of the top paying in the company, so I think that should do.
As you said, that you did share about advantages and disadvantages of an MBA degree. That MBA teaches you this, and there are so many things. Maybe MBA doesn't give an exposure or a learning to children. But let's say as an unschooler or homeschooler, if any child is interested in some kind of this field, whether it's sales, marketing, or understanding how the corporate world works or how the products and all these stuff work, and they still want to be part of this world or may not want to go for the degree, any other is there any other way how they can be part of it?
Yeah, see, I will not, I don't know the other any courses specifically talk, because they would be definitely based on your PG, post graduation, some few things. But what important point that I want to highlight here is marketing is very vast. Now, let's say you want to get into sales and sales related, and I want to give you a position where you manage a team of people. Now, to do that, either you need to show expertise in it, or you have an academics for it. Now, if you're an MBA, many people wrongly put that MBA into that position, and then they make him work for 6 months in that role. If you look take a Hindustan Lever, PNG, they make him work on ground with the sales representative, like frontliner. They have to work, go higher, right? You you have your own setup where you have worked. You have team of people. You have your own business, and then you come to company and say, "Look, I want to take a sales position." Whether you have academics or no, the fact that you have experience in sales automatically qualifies you that. In the same way, if, for example, we have this marketing division where we need people to work on Coral Draw about creating brand, for brand communication purpose, we need. And we also have team where
Anand, you
we
can,
need
sorry,
people
Kalyan, you can put
to
off your
work on
camera.
market research,
Your
on
voice is
data
breaking.
analytics and all. All of this can be learned. You don't need what analytics and all. Nowadays, anyone, even a kid can learn. And if you can prove yourself that you can do analytics without any education, you are equivalent to a person who can get into a data entry, data analytics. You see, for example, I have a team where they want to work on this .NET for web development and all. Okay, So there they don't look at from which college you come. Is that person capable? Proof of concept is that then that person will show some small work that he has worked, and if that is good enough, then that person is taken. So those days are gone when people are qualified based on graduation or marks. I mean, I hope that answers.
Yeah, so basically, just to reframe what Ruchika had asked, so basically, if there is a body of work or some work experience or something that a person comes to the company and shares, then the companies are open to those kind of profiles.
Yes,
Means if
yes,
there is no
and more
certificate,
so
but
those
the
those yeah, more so those companies which are small, not established companies, because there the owners do not recruit. There is a person under whom there's a person under whom there's a person who has been given a kind of standard operating that this kind of qualification only to be recruited. So they don't understand all this. Whereas when you're working with the small companies where the owner understands, there definitely certificates will not matter.
Small companies in what terms? The annual turn-ups, or you're talking about startups, or like in what category you
Definitely it could be startup, it could be a medium-sized local company with only 5 or 10 people or 20 people, or it could be mid-size, which is doing turnover of 50, 60. You'll find such companies in any city. Uh, Anything that is not uh, a well-established, highly advertised company. For example, like HUL, PNG, ITC, then Britannia, and all of this Parley. These all are very established. But there might be some company within your group which might be manufacturing papad, which might be manufacturing small ancillary some units for automotive purpose, who are actually doing a job work for some other big company. Like that, they also have a small their own brand which they want to. It depends. Someone has to see. You will not find such companies in Naukri.com applying for people.
or else they themselves become a company.
Yeah, definitely, exactly. Once you have your own company, you are starting up, you will meet so many clients who end up becoming your vendors, or they may become the company that you want to work in. It happens. There are many people who work with us as a outside vendors, and then they applied and they become part of the company. There is one person who is heading the brand, and that has no qualification. He actually done a small movie in Kannada. It's kind of documentary about Kaveri. It's in black and white. So well done that our director liked him, and then he made him part of our branding team.
Kalyan, I have a question. You've been
Yeah,
in,
sure.
you've been with an organization for 24 years. So how was it to maintain the relationships in the organization? Because usually like a lot of relationship breakups happen, and that's one of the reason people quit the companies.
Yeah, you're perfectly right. People leave organizations most of the time not because of the company, but because of the manager. That is proven. That is already there, because their reporting manager represents their view of the company. If the reporting manager is not treating him well, there is no scope. That's why they leave. Fortunately, in this company, there are no politics. There are the owners are very family oriented and they take care and they're open. It's typically you have a family owned, you have chacha batija or some fufa, someone taking up a position. In this company, nothing like that. From very early time itself, this is a 75-year-old company, third generation. We were working and they maintain this professionalism very well. And actually, that if otherwise, I mean, it's both ways. They found value in me, I found value in them. So we have been kind of married for the last 24 years. So definitely the culture of the organization we have to go through. I was just recently thinking there are some few people who have come here, did their MBA started they're coming in, and in one department, I've seen them coming to office in Crocs. It's so disturbing. I mean, maybe I'm not an old timer, but it definitely gives the feel. Coming in Crocs, wearing those Crocs shoes, chappal. So you have to respect the culture of that organization, align yourself, and then be part of it. That's all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anand is also ready. So, hi, Anand.
Hi,
Uh,
Preeti. Good morning,
yes.
everyone. And I am from Hyderabad. My journey is a different kind of because I've been hostelite for almost 10 years. So where I learned discipline, I learned being punctual, everything. Then when I was after completing my +2, like Kalyan said, Hyderabad is always behind MSET everything. And even I gave a try for it, but I couldn't do it. Then I was asked to do computer science, which was booming in like. So which I did. I did my graduation in computers, and later on, it started being learning part because I had to jump into pharma line, and we started a pharmacy unit, and we were supplying for government. Then we had to wind it up because of some issues and all. Then I've jumped into interiors. So I've been almost into learning phase. Even today, I'm into learning phase as every day changes in interiors. That's a short, brief note about me.
So you're currently a freelance interior designer, right?
Right. And every phase is a learning phase for me because I had my very first client in interiors.
You're muted, Anand.
Can you hear me? Yeah. He was more particular about the measurements part, not the outlook kind of things and all. So every day he used to ask me one strange question because it was my learning phase. So what would be the height of a table? I'll give you a day's time. Please come prepared for it with the thing, everything. So it was a challenge. And today I feel happy that I'm able to give in a one short answer. Like, so this is how, this is how, this is how. So that's how it went. You were asked,
What's the name of your son?
sorry,
What's the name of your son?
my son's name is Hari. He's in City, Aarohi City. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anand, you said you're a freelance interior designer. So why
right.
freelance? Why not full time? What is the reason behind that?
I was planning to join in a institute wherein I would learn a better this thing, which I'm pursuing, ma'am. Hopefully, I'll be joining it because it's run by a friend of mine who's an architect. So I'll be joining and I'll take it as a full time this thing. Though it's late, but I would do that.
So institute, you said what, like, is it like some kind of a course which you are planning to pursue, or like
Yeah,
what it is?
it's a 6 month long duration kind of a thing, and wherein they'll be teaching all the things. But what I feel is, I've been interacting with many clients. They are perfect designing. They have a better this thing than me, and I take their inputs and execute it. I'm doing that more because end of the day, house to home is their this thing, right? Converting it into.
So is it like you're saying that for for doing interior designing you need to have some kind of a degree, so you're doing that kind of a course or something to enhance?
Yeah, kind of. I just would like to have a better this thing, because today's market is different from yesterday's market. The competition is very high, very intense. That's how I'm planning. Because this I chose as my line, so I want to get fine-tuned in this.
Correct. So for anybody to be an interior designer, what are the basics required in terms of becoming an interior designer?
You need to have passion first to pursue this, because this is satisfaction is never there, man. I've been with many people. The picture that is shown and the real thing that happens is completely different. I mean, though the overall perfection is the same, but there's a shade difference. There's a what do you say? Everything is different, kind of. So that those headaches we have in this, if you could overcome those, you could convince people in a better way. I would say this is a good thing to join. I mean, start up with. And you need to be creative. If a space is given wherein you're supposed to have everything in it, you should be smart enough to tell, this is how we are planning it for. Because sometime back I was given a 10 by 10 room, and they wanted it as a studio room, wherein pantry, everything has to be accommodated in that room. So it was a task for me. So you need to be creative, calculative in whatever is being given. That's how it is.
Any particular qualification which is mandatory or something?
I think it's BArch, Bachelor of Architecture, is what is required. Can you hear me?
I have a question. So, how did you get into the interest of like designing people's houses or stuff like that?
When I just closed my pharmacy kind of thing and all, I didn't know what to do. Okay, so one of my friend who is an architect told me to just accompany him with the works and all, just to engage me in getting my day. Having a good day, kind of a thing. That's how I started, and I took it as a passion, and I'm into it now.
Thank you.
How roughly how old would you be at that time when you shifted from a pharmacy business to
It was
interior
almost
design?
15 years back.
So you are like indicating that you can change passions, and you can really work towards your passion, whichever new you pick up whenever.
Right,
So
right.
there is no age bar or anything in that.
Yeah. And I'm planning to start a food this thing now, which I still have passion on that, and I want to start it weekends, not weekdays. So I don't know how will it go. And I strongly believe open learning is a very good platform. I think I would be a best example for that. Learning in every pace.
So what I'm understanding here is, as you said, as Preeti asked this question earlier, that what basic qualification is required to be in this field. You said bachelor in architecture. But
Yeah, but I'm not an architect. I haven't done that. It's sort of passion also you can be, because
yes,
every kind of. Sorry.
No. Carry on.
Yeah. My clients know that I'm not an architect kind of, but still I am able to convince them with the design part, everything, with the knowledge which I have. And I'm good at pencil sketching and all, which I do. And that's how I convince them.
So it's out of your passion, you took up this profession, and now
Yeah.
just to add more skills to your passion, you have applied for some course, which
Right.
is kind of, will give another feather to your cap, and you will pursue more into this field. So what
Right.
I'm understanding here is, if any, as you also mentioned, that if anyone who is creative, passionate about designing, can, without even still having a bachelor degree, can definitely pursue this kind of a field with all
Yes.
his or her skills, and do some multiple small courses to add more value to it.
Right. Yes.
You all are hanged.
Maybe your network went.
No, my
So,
network is stable. I just want to tell Anand that I've seen Hari on the campus lot of times, and I like him. He's
Okay.
he's delightful, he's cheerful.
Thank you. Uh,
So I have a question, Anand. You
yeah.
said when you joined this interior designing, I mean college or course, whatever, you became disciplined. You said I become more disciplined. So how it is like becoming more disciplined?
I couldn't hear it, ma'am. Can you just repeat it?
So you said when you joined this interior designing course, you become more disciplined. So
No, no.
what is that thing which make you more disciplined in this?
Disciplined you're talking about, right? Yeah, I have to
Yes.
be disciplined. I have to be disciplined, ma'am, because I have to deal with the client. I have to deal with the carpenter, everybody. It's only my discipline that matters. I'm just kidding.
I think her question, I'll just reframe it. She's trying to say that when you joined the course, when you joined the college, and you said that you got disciplined. So how that helped you to be disciplined, and why college only, and
No, it's everywhere. My
Which
discipline
he
you're talking.
answered.
Yeah.
I
And my
think
other,
he started with discipline thing that
no, otherwise,
initially he was a
no,
hostelier for 10 years.
ma'am, otherwise also I'm a very disciplined kid. I don't talk much. And even today I was shivering like whether how do I go ahead? And I thank you, ma'am, for giving me the this thing in the speech, this thing, because I was preparing all the time how to. So I shouldn't be disciplined always. I should interact. That's what I learned now. And in fact, I was telling Preeti that I never spoke. How do I go ahead kind of stuff and all. But I'm happy. Thank you. Did I answer you?
So my
Yes, yes.
question to, if possible, to Kalyan, to Anand, even Sunil if he's here, would be like what advice or one guidance that you would want to give to all the children or whoever is here, beyond career and academics, like one thing you feel one should strive for or look for or build in them as an individual. Or tough है लेकिन you feel that quality will stay long with them and help them be a better human being or whatever it be. I'm not specifically restricting it to career or
No, I would say passion would be a first this thing, sir. And learning will always happen as we go in, kind of. And it's I don't think it's connected to education kind of stuff and all. It's the within you that you need to have more of. Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was your answer, so it is fine.
Mhm.
Kalyan, you want to share something, as in one thing that you would feel that
Maybe he's traveling, so maybe he's not audible. Is Sunil there? Sunil, would you like to? Are you there? If you're there, then would you like to just add on? Kalyan, I can see your mic unmuted, but you're not audible, basically.
You can type in chat.
Daddy, you can type in chat. Daddy, Kalyan left the meeting.
Okay, so any questions by anybody to any of our fathers? So today was Father's Day out in Jatre. I think, yeah. So any more questions, or we can have a closing thought?
So Kalyan joins, so let him say.
Hello.
Yeah, Kalyan, we can hear you.
Oh yeah, sorry, got disconnected. No, I was trying to answer. What I wanted to say was the passion, definitely. Along with that, interest to learn more about the areas that you are interested in. Sorry, will give an exposure to trying to add in what ways that particular interest can benefit others, or what are the other complementary, uh, fields and information that can add to it. Just to give an example, if you are interested in, uh, let's say, again, software or in app development, or it could be media related or training, then what are the ways in which you can develop the skill, and then how you can, and adding to that, the discipline to learn more, that is one major passion, definitely. And I think passion will bring some discipline. If you're interested, you will not even know how time flies. So I think these two are important.
Yeah. So passion, discipline, and the intensity to learn all the time on the go. So that's what actually we all need. Um, on that note, maybe we can say bye bye. Thank you so much to Sunil.
Kids, wait. Kids, whoever's father are here, and we will say one last thing and say, we love you, Daddy. Harry, come on.
even I would want to say, we love you, Daddy.
Yeah. Come on.
Who else?
Hurry. Both. 1, 2, 3. Come on.
Anandji, I love you.
I love you, Kalyan.
Thank you for giving us opportunity.
So for Sunil, Manan is not here, so Bani, you can say.
I can say I love you, Sunil. I love you the most.
आज घर पे टाइप पे आ रहा है।
Hey
Okay, Bunny, we are all there. We love you all the most.
Chalo then. Bye bye.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Bye.
much, all three of you, for
Thank you.
really
Bye.
accommodating.
Thank you.
I know all of you were
Thank you.
having a difficult schedule, but yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a good session. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.